Elphrods is a wash credit company that focuses on offering affordable wash credits to the poor landlords within the low-income communities of Kisumu, and at the same time linking them up with the wash service providers like trained manual pit emptiers, utilities, plumbers, and other wash stockists. The reason why we do this is that for a very long time, most of these poor households have had a challenge of accessing credit services for their wash-related needs. For example, if a household wanted to do pit emptying, number one, they'll need a one-time fee, which is being paid to the service provider. So in most cases, you realize that they're unable to afford this one-time fee, or even sometimes they do not know some of these service providers. So Elphrods came into the space to offer that enabling financial environment, and at the same time offer the linkage between the household and the service providers. So for their pit emptying, water connection services, as well as upgrading the existing sanitation facilities. This, in a bigger shell, has translated into a safe environment for everyone, as well as created a positive impact within the community that we serve. So our clientele base composed of the poor households within the low-income communities. So before we finance any of the clients, appraisal is the first thing we do. So number one, these wash services, like I said before, we focus on the landlords. But then there are other tenants that also make decisions when it comes to sanitation improvements within their locality. So we target landlords as aware of minimizing the default rate. This is your plot, there is no way you're going to. But if it's a tenant, there has to be that consent that is coming from the landlord. So all in all, the product is designed for landlords or caretakers whose decision lies squarely on the landlord before the services is offered to them. So there has to be a landlord, that is number one. Number two, before the services is offered to you, one of the Elphrods representative will have to go and ascertain the source of income from you. So we come and evaluate how much you earn from the rentals, and if there is any second source of earning that you have. So let's say, for example, it is likely that a landlord will get maybe 10,000 Kenyan shillings for rent monthly, as being the lowest amount from the existing data that we have. When you look at the credits that we give them, they are tailored towards that low amount of money that they earn. For example, if a landlord income is less than, let's say, just 10,000, a service provider will advise them to talk to the service provider who is going to give these services. One trip of pit emptying, for example, costs around 5,000 or 6,000, thereabout. Most of these pit latrines, the maximum trips that can be done is 3. So if you take 5 or maybe 6,000 times, so that is 18,000. Elphrods loans goes for a span of 4 months with a very small margin put on top of the principal amount. So we spread this money for 4 months. Even if you're earning 10,000 from the rental income, for 4 months that will be 40,000. But you've been given a loan of, let's say, 15,000 with a small margin on top of it. For a period of 4 months out of what you earn, chances are you are likely to pay this money 98%. That is one. Number two, we also focus on spreading the loan risks to third parties. That is, the landlord also need to have some people are guaranteeing for them, let's say a son or maybe a daughter, somebody who is also active financially. So in cases of them being unable to repay the money, the burden can be spread up upon to the third parties. But the key thing here is the affordability aspect that comes with what we are doing. They make the modality of loan repayment as simple as possible. So as a company, our focus is first of all to understand your financial history, work on it, advise you, and give you what befits you. This has made it possible for most of these clients that we serve to reach out to in terms of the repayment. The biggest gap that we have is to sustain the growth. Majority of these households need these services, but as Elphrods, we still have that the liquidity aspect where we cannot reach out to all the clients that need the services. So we still believe that for us to sustain the growth, we need to increase our capital base to reach out to everyone that needs the services. There is a big opportunity within the low-income communities. I'll give you an example. Of every 10 pits that you sample today in Manyata, one of the areas we work in, 8 of them are full. But when you go to the landlords or the households within those areas and ask them, why are you not emptying your pits? The biggest concern is always the finance. And they can only get this finance from an institution that has a tailor-made financial solution for them, and that's where Elphrods come in. So we cannot serve all the population that needs our services because our capital base cannot match the demand. So there exists an opportunity within the space where we work in, especially on the financial aspect. People don't just need just a pit to be emptied alone, no. Out of the research that we've also done as a company, you go ahead and ask someone, other than your pit being emptied, what next do you need? So they will say, I would rather wish to have this pit connected to sewer line. So there exists that opportunity for sewer connection. Number two, they will also ask you, can you also upgrade for me the existing sanitation facility? So some things like Satopan or even the ceramic pans is an opportunity that can still be tapped into. Just an emptying being done, upgrading it either to POFlash or even converting it into sewer connection. Those are opportunities within the sanitation spectrum. Again, based on even some of our findings, households need things like hand wash stations that even after using the sanitation facility, they can go ahead and maybe have hand wash station next to them, or even things like tanks for water storage. So these, to me, I believe are still existing opportunity to the clients that we serve. So if an institution come around and listen to all these stories and have a financial arrangement which reflects the income levels of this household, then you're good to go. And that's where we are coming on board as Elphrods services.